I wonder what you think about touring Buckingham Palace. I'll tell you what I think in a few minutes, but Buckingham Palace's East Wing, which has been under renovation for the past 5 years, is set to open to the public, offering people a glimpse into the royal life previously reserved only for the royal family. And according to the BBC, this section, which features the Chinese and Oriental decor that leads onto the balcony, has been revitalized at a huge price, billions of pounds. And visitors can now tour this historic wing for some sort of charge, and there's been overwhelming interest in paying for tickets. They've sold out apparently this year, and the renovations are part of a broader initiative to make royal residences in the UK more accessible and better kept. And notably, there will be tours including access to the stateroom, such as the yellow drawing room, the centerpiece room, and they will offer, as I say, a chance to go into the room immediately behind the iconic balcony used for the major national events. And this balcony, surprisingly narrow, with a waist-high balustrade, is the thing which has been such a significant site for royal appearances since Edward the Seventh. And the opening has garnered mixed reactions, with many expressing excitement about the opportunity to explore the palace, while others have criticised the high ticket prices. It's interesting because the portrait of the king by Jonathan Yeo, which was displayed in a gallery in London for nothing, is now being returned to the ballroom, where it's going to add allure to the visits. And despite some backlash over the costs, many royal enthusiasts commend the move as a significant step towards making the royal heritage more accessible to the public. But I want to ask you whether or not it's appropriate for British taxpayers to be paying for access to Buckingham Palace, which is surely the beating heart of the identity of our nation. If we are not charged for visiting the Palace of Westminster, the Houses of Parliament, then surely we should not be charged for visiting Buckingham Palace. Yes, well, by all means, charge tourists for a guided tour. But we have already paid, have we not? We've paid our taxes. We've paid through the nose for the upkeep and the refurbishment of this palace, and for the significance of this building. For tourists, this is a bit of bling on the Disneyland tour of London. But for those of us who pay taxes and aspire to British identity, this is the beating heart of our nation. We should have access to it if the doors are being thrown open. But on the other hand, let's have a look at the other argument. The other argument is it appropriate for the king to be pimping out his palace like some sort of overdressed putana to cover the rent? Are you going to propose suddenly that he goes in for a bit of Airbnb to make ends meet? Who's the patriot here? Blow the cobwebs away, I say. Open the door, and let's have a little bit of respect. If you were, for example, one of the things I find so odd about other countries, if you were to go to Greece and you were to say, I am Greek, you would get into a lot of the museums for nothing, whereas if you are a tourist, you have to pay through the nose. And if you go to the National Museum, the National Gallery, or the British Museum here in Britain, you get in for nothing. Yes, there are secret rooms and there are secret exhibitions which cost the earth. But surely the same attitude is something that we could endorse and encourage with access for a brief period to these royal residences. I find it disturbing that we are, as I say, pimping out the palaces in this way. I'd love to know what you think.